Hello, in this video we're going to show you how to assemble this cabinet, but before we get started, here's a few things to keep in mind. Estimated time for assembly is about 40 minutes with 2 people and a little bit longer with 1. Make sure you have a Phillips head screwdriver and just be sure all the pieces are facing the right way as you're putting it together and you'll do great. In this video we're going to focus on the trickier parts and go quickly through the easier steps, so just make sure you pause the video and complete all the steps as we go. With that said, let's get into it. In step 1 we're going to insert dowels into pieces 1, 2, 4, 10, and 11. And cam bolts into pieces 2, 3, and 4. Okay, then we're good to move on. In step 2, we're going to attach the hinges to the doors and also put in the door panels. So we'll start with the panels. These will rest into the grooves here, and then we'll secure those in place with these plastic door latches. Okay, and then we'll attach the hinges. We'll just insert this little cup piece into the hole in the door. And then we'll secure that with 2 screws. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing with the other door, and then we're good to move on. In steps 3 and 4, we're going to attach pieces 2 and 4 to piece 1, and also attach this crossbeam. So we'll start by standing up piece 1 like this, so that the groove is along the bottom, and piece 2 will stand up on this side. And then just make sure that you have the right piece, so that this groove lines up here, and we'll insert these cam bolts into the side of the piece here. And then we'll lock that in place on the back here with cam locks. And for the step 4 part, we'll take piece 4 and stand it up so that the groove's on the bottom to match up again. And we'll insert those cam bolts. And before we get that all the way pressed in, we'll insert this piece at the top. And then just make sure that this unfinished edge is facing outwards this way. So this will line up with these 2 pairs of holes here. And then I'll push that together. And then we'll lock that in place here on the back again with cam locks. Next we can move on to step 5. So we'll stand this piece up. And then we'll insert the back panel into the groove. So we'll take the back panel and unfold it. And we just want this tape side to be facing the back of the piece, which is towards me in this case. And also the tape is going to be horizontal like this. And that'll just slide into the grooves at the back. And then next in step 6, we'll take piece 3 and put it on top. Just make sure that this groove on the piece lines up with the back panel. And then we'll lock that in place on the inside with cam locks. Okay, next we can move on to step 7. So we'll take these 2 pieces and we'll put cam bolts into this piece first. 3 of them. And then we'll attach this piece to this piece with those bolts. And then we'll lock it in place with cam locks. Okay, and then next in step 8, we'll take the plastic shelf pegs and we'll insert those inside in whichever level you want. There's 3 options, just make sure they're all on the same level. Then we can take this piece, and with the cam locks facing the back of the piece, we can insert this shelf. And just push it all the way to the back, and then we're good to move on. In steps 9 through 12, we'll attach the doors to the pieces and the handles to the doors. So I've already done this door, but we'll show you how to do this other one. So we'll take our first screw and put it in the top hinge, line up our screwdriver with it, and then we'll hold it up to the holes inside the piece. And then we'll put one in the bottom just to hold it in place. And then we'll put in the other screws. Okay, and then we can attach the handle. So we'll take these 2 bolts and these will go through the inside. And then they'll screw into the handle. Okay, then we can close the doors. And if your doors are crooked, we have a video to show you how to adjust the hinges. But other than that, we're good to move on. In step 13, we're going to insert these plastic wedges around the back panel. So we'll take the thin side and those will go into the side of the piece between the panel. And then we'll put a screw into that. Okay, and then we'll repeat that process around the rest of the edge, and then we're good to move on. In step 14, we're going to attach the feet. So we'll take these screws, and those will go in through the bottom of the feet, and then into these holes here. Do the same thing for the other 4. Okay, then we're good to move on. Steps 15 and 16 show you how to assemble the modular system if you have more than one of these pieces. Then in step 17, we'll attach the wooden stickers to cover the extra holes, and then we're done. We hope this video was helpful for you in assembling your new cabinet. For more guides, tips, and tricks, go to walkeredison.com.